Well, dear learners, I welcome you all in this session on rectification of errors 3, part 3. So, well, friends, in part 1 and part 2, we have discussed the procedure of rectifying the errors committed at different stage of recording the business transactions. So here we will also see the impact of rectification of errors on profit also, because when the errors are located and rectified after preparing the trial balance, and when the difference of the trial balance is transferred to the suspense account and the trial balance is tallied temporarily. This is because we have to prepare the final accounts well in time, and then that particular difference of the trial balance which was transferred to the suspense account need to carry forward to the next year, and then next year we need to locate the errors, and once the errors are located, then such errors need to be rectified with the help of the suspense account. Now during this process, when such errors need to be rectified with the help of the suspense account, the profit of that particular year also get affected. So here in this session we will see how the rectification of error affect the profit. So here we will discuss it with the help of an example. You can see the example. The trial balance of Siva did not tally. The credit side exceeded by rupees 1450. It means the credit side was more than the debit side by rupees 1450. This amount was entered in the debit side of suspense account and the trial balance was made to tally. Later on, it means the next year, the following errors were discovered. First one is goods worth rupees 1250 were sold to Mahesh on credit. This was entered in sales book but was not posted. So well friends, goods worth rupees 1250 was sold to Mahesh on credit. So when goods was sold, it means the journal entry that must have been recorded in the books of the account must be Mahesh account debit to sales 1250. So this was entered in the sales book but it was not posted to the Mahesh account. Then the second one was goods worth rupees 313 were returned by Ahmad. This amount was credited to his account but was not recorded in the return inwards book. The third entry was Manoj paid rupees 670 but his account was wrongly credited with rupees 607. Then the next one is an amount of rupees 370 owed by Dinesh was omitted from the schedule of sundry debtors. The next one was the sales book was undercast by rupees 420. Rectify the errors and show the suspense accounts. So very simple. The first journal entry which was the goods worth rupees 1250, that is 1250 were sold to Mahesh. So entry was Mahesh account debit to sales 1250. So this was entered in the sales book but was not posted. So it must be posted in now in the Mahesh account. Mahesh account debit to suspense account 1250. Then the second entry was goods worth rupees 313 were returned by Ahmed. So here we had made a sales to Mr. Ahmed. So due to some lapses, the Ahmed returned the goods to us of rupees 330. So here the journal entry must have been sales return account debit to Ahmed 313. The amount was credited to his account but was not recorded in the sales return book or return inwards book. So here the journal entry, rectifying journal entry must be return inwards account debit to suspense account 313. Then the third one is Manoj paid rupees 670. So here the journal entry must be Manoj account debit. Manoj paid rupees 670, but his account was wrongly credited with 607. So Manoj paid rupees 670. So it means the cash has come to the firm. The entry must be cash account debit to Manoj 670. But his account was wrongly credited by 607 only. Therefore, the difference is of rupees 63. Therefore, the Manoj account must be credited by rupees 63. Therefore, the rectifying journal entry must be suspense account debit to Manoj 63. Suspense account debit to Manoj 63. Then the fourth one is an amount of rupees 375 owed by Dinesh was omitted from the schedule of sundry debtors. So we forgot the amount of rupees 375 from the schedule of sundry debtors. So the debtor is an asset and assets have always debit balance. Therefore, the rectifying journal entry must have been sundry debtors account debit to suspense account 375. Sundry debtors account debit to suspense account 375. Then the next one is the sales book was undercast by rupees 420. So here it is undercast. So the sales has always a credit balance. So it is undercast. Therefore we need to credit the sales account. Therefore the suspense account will automatically be debited. Therefore the rectifying journal entry must be suspense account debit to sales 420. So the suspense account, now we can easily post the entries from journal to ledger. So there was a difference of rupees 1455 because the credit side of the trial balance was more than the debit side of the trial balance. So therefore, in order to tally the trial balance temporarily, the difference was transferred to the debit side of suspense account. So this was the debit balance, that is 1453. So we can see that in the first journal entry, suspense account has been credited by rupees 1250. So in the suspense account, in the credit side, by Mahesh 1250, by Mahesh 1250. Then in the second entry, suspense account has been credited. So again in the credit side of suspense account, by return inwards 330, by return inwards 330. Then third journal entry, suspense account debit to Manoj 63. Therefore the suspense account has been debited here. Therefore in the debit side of suspense account, to Manoj 63, to Manoj 63. Fourth one is sundry debtors account debit 375 to suspense account. So here suspense account has been credited, therefore in the credit side of suspense account, buy sundry debtor 375. Now the last one is suspense account debit to sales. So here suspense account has been debited, therefore in the debit side of suspense account to sales 420 rupees. So the total of both the sides of suspense account get tallied, that is 1938. Effect of rectifying entries on profit. So creation of suspense account help in telling the trial balance and avoiding the delay in the preparation of the final accounts. Dear learners, as we have already discussed that the suspense account is created only to tally the difference in the trial balance. The error still remains to be detected and rectified. So the profit and loss account made from such trial balance is subject to the undetected errors. It may be more or less than the actual profit. Similarly, when the errors are detected and rectified during the next year, rectifying entries will have their effect on the profit of the next year. The profit is affected only if the errors involves accounts which appear either in the trading account or in the profit and loss account, and not those errors which appears in the balance sheet. So let us understand this with the help of an example. Suppose rupees 24,000 paid for salaries during 2019 was posted to the salaries account as rupees 20,400. This error has resulted in short debit of rupees 360 in profit and loss account. This would overcast the profit of the year 2019. Yes, of course, when any expense is undercast, it means that will overcast the profit of the same year by the same amount. When such error is detected in 2020 and rectifying entry is passed, rupees 3,600 will be added to the salaries of rupees 2020 and the profit of 2020 will be decreased by rupees 3,600. Thus both errors and rectifying entries affect the profit, because the error also affected the profit, and when the errors were rectified just by passing the rectifying entries, so rectifying entries will also affect the profit. The effect of rectifying entries will be reverse of the effect of errors. The effect of errors and their rectification on the profit has been presented in a summarized form on the next slide. Effect of errors and rectifying entries on profit. So here you see that the first column is nature of error in nominal account. So if excess debit nominal account, it means in nominal account only the accounts of expenses and losses need to be debited. So if they are excess debit, so they will reduce the profit. Second column, they will reduce the profit. Effect of error on profit. Effect of rectifying entries on profit. So it will increase the profit. Then excess credit. If the excess credit has been made, so the credits in the nominal account, if the excess credit is made, so only the accounts related with incomes and gains are credited. So if incomes and gains are credited, that will result in to increase the profits of that particular year. So effect of rectifying entries on profit, it will here reduce the profit. Then short debit. So short debit will increase the profit. Debit only the expenses and losses are debited. If they are debited in short, it means it will increase the profit of that particular year, and in the rectifying entry it will reduce the profit. Short credit. So when incomes and gains are credited in short, that will reduce the profit of that particular year, and ultimately it will increase the profit because of the effect of rectifying entries. Then omission of debit. So omission of debit, omission of any expenses and losses in the profit and loss account will increase the profit of that particular year, and it will reduce the profit only because of the effect of rectifying entries. Then omission of credit. So if any incomes and gains are omitted, then it will reduce the profit of that particular year, and ultimately it will increase the profit of that particular year because of the effect of rectifying entries on profit. Now we can understand this with the help of the example. A businessman finds that he could tally his trial balance of 2019 only by opening a suspense account. During the year 2020, he discovered the following errors. The discount allowed column of the cash book was overcast by rupees 25, and the second one was sale of old machinery amounting to rupees 550 had been credited to sales account. Then the third one is a sale of rupees 780 to Ahmad had been debited to his account as 870. Then the fourth one is the total of bills payable book amounting to rupees 4000 for the month of June was not posted into the ledger. So rectify the above errors and prepare the suspense account. Also explain the effect of rectifying entries on the profit of 2020. Now let us see how the errors are rectified, how the suspense account is prepared, and how to get the effect of rectification of errors on the profit of 2020. So first one was the discount allowed column of the cash book was overcast by rupees 25. So discount allowed is basically an expense for the business. Therefore, discount allowed has a debit balance. So it was overcast by rupees 25. So here we need to credit the discount allowed, because in order to nullify the effect we will have to credit the discount allowed. Therefore, the suspense account will automatically be debited. So in the rectifying entry, the first rectifying journal entry must be suspense account debit to discount allowed 25. Suspense account debit to discount allowed 25. Then the second one is sales of old machinery amounting to rupees 550 had been credited to sales account. So when we had sold the machinery, the journal entry must be cash account debit to machinery of rupees 550 had been credited to sales account. So here the sales account was unnecessarily credited, therefore we need to debit the sales account and credit the machinery account. So here sales account debit to machinery, sales account debit to machinery 550, being the rectifying entries for the sales of machines wrongly credited to the sales account. Third one is a sale of rupees 780 to Ahmad had been debited to his account 870. So here the difference is of rupees 90. So a sale of rupees 700 to Ahmad. So the entry must be Ahmad account debit to sales 780. His account debited to his account as rupees 870. So his account was debited in excess by rupees 90. So therefore now his account need to be credited. Therefore the suspense account will be debited. Suspense account debit to Ahmad 90 rupees. Suspense account debit to Ahmad 90 rupees. Then the fourth one is the total of bills payable book amounting to rupees 4,000 for the month of June was not posted into the ledger. So bills payable is basically an liability, and liability has always a credit balance. So therefore in order to pass the rectifying entries, suspense account will be debited and the bills payable account will be credited. Suspense account debit to bills payable 4,000 rupees. Suspense account debit to bills payable account 4,000 rupees. So these were the journal entries. Now prepare the suspense account. So simply you see that in entry first, third and fourth, suspense account has been debited. So therefore in the debit side of suspense account you can transfer the amount of first entry 25, third entry 90, fourth entry 4,000. So 25, 90 and 4,000 must be in the debit side. 25, 90 and 4,000, yes, in the debit side. Total one is 4115. So the total of debit side of suspense account is 4,115. So here the balance is by balance brought down, that is the balancing figure 4115. Now the effect on net profit of rupees 2020. So credit to discount allowed. So here you can see that the amount of rupees 25, yes, here discount allowed has been credited. So when discount allowed has been credited, so it will increase the profit. Credited to discount allowed rupees 25. Then debit to sales account 550, because sales will enhance the profit. When the sales is of rupees 550, it will enhance the profit and ultimately it will impact the profit by rupees 550. So here debit to sales account, because sales account has been debited, because sales has always a credit balance, and if the sales has been debited, it means it will reduce the profit of rupees 550. Then in third and fourth, no nominal account is involved, therefore there will not be any impact on the net profit. So these learners must not, very important point here is that only the accounts which involved in trading account and which affect the profit and loss accounts can only affect the profit of the coming year. So here the net effect is of rupees 525, because it increases by rupees 25 and decreases by 550. So therefore net decrease in profit by rupees 525. Journal entry would be suspense account debit to profit and loss account, profit and loss adjustment account debit to machinery 550, and then profit and loss adjustment account would be to machinery 550, because profit and loss account adjustment account debit to machinery. So machine account has been credited, therefore in profit and loss adjustment account in the debit side to machinery 550, to machinery 550, and in the credit side buy suspense account 25. So therefore the amount will be transferred to the capital amount, that is 525. So the total of both the side of the profit and loss adjustment, that is 550 of debit side and 550 credit side. So this is how the entries are made. So when one-sided errors are rectified, we will have to see the impact of rectifications of errors on profit. So the only those errors will impact the profit the errors which are related to the trading account and profit and loss account. So if any error which is related to the balance sheet will not at all impact the profit. So only the errors which involves the nominal account and personal accounts, only the nominal account, the errors which only involves nominal account will impact the profit. So this is how the rectification of one-sided errors are made, and this is how the journal entries are made, and this is how the impact of rectification of one-sided error is measured on the profit of the next year. So with this, I extend my sincere thanks to all my viewers and listeners for this session. Thank you very much.